It took 5 motos, but Yamaha's Jeremy Martin finally made a mistake.
The first big mistake of the year for Jeremy Martin, your so far undefeated points leader of the series.
And Kawasaki's Blake Baggett capitalized, earning his first win of the season.
Baggett has it done.
Yeah, this time got the lead a little earlier. Yeah, just wouldn't take no for an answer. Blake Baggett wins at Thunder Valley.
KTM's Marvin Muskin and Yamaha rider Christophe Purcell have high point wins on their resume and come to round 4 hoping to recapture the magic of races past. But Yamaha teammates Jeremy Martin and Cooper Webb still hold the top 2 spots in the championship standings as the series readies for the first East Coast race of the season. 250 Moto 2 is headed to the start. Gate drop is just moments away, live on NBC SN.
High Point Raceway is the host site for round 4 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. This is the UPMC Sports Medicine High Point National. About an hour south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Big crowd of motocross enthusiasts on hand. They watched a great race earlier today, and we'll give you the highlights of it with our 250 Moto 1 highlights. The big story in this class has been the domination of the Yamaha riders, specifically Jeremy Martin, who is the points leader. These riders know they got to beat them off the start.
Well, Christophe Purcell steals the whole shot there from Justin Bogle. Gets out front. The crafty Frenchman takes that lead early, but he's got a bunch of heavy hitters behind him,
including Martin, who's right there. So you got to figure Martin's going right to the front, right? He's there stalking. You got Bogle and Purcell. Bogle able to make the move. So we actually have a non-Yamaha leading. That has been a rare sight this year. But the rider to watch, El Chupacabra Blake Baggett, started to churn. Gets around Bogle.
He was on fire this moto, but we see the battle for second as now Martin coming up and Bogle, lap rider down. Bogle goes the long way around. Martin squirts it up the inside. They're side by side, gets a better drive, better line, takes that line away. Jeremy Martin getting around Bogle.
Now Bogle has heat from Martin's teammate Cooper Webb. Webb from outside of the top 10, fighting to get into third. A little mistake from Bogle. That's all Webb needs. He's in the second and third. So once again, the Yamahas were nose to tail, except this time they weren't first and second. They were second and third because Blake Baggett rolled through them to win the first moto. He also won the second moto a week ago in Colorado. So that's 2 in a row now for your 2012 250 national champ. Baggett finding his old form. So the Yamaha's right behind him. Bogle, Muscan 5th. Purcell gets pushed back to 6th. Alex Martin was 10th in Moto 1. He's Jeremy's brother. And we actually have him at the GoPro starting gate with Georgia Lindsay.
The number 55 of Alex Martin. Now, Alex Martin, obviously you are the older brother of Jeremy Martin. However, congratulations firstly on your 10th position. But how much brotherly love actually goes on when it comes down to riding?
Well, thanks, Georgia. I appreciate it. I don't know about brotherly love. I don't know if there's much of that going on. When we're on the track, plenty of it off the track, but on the track, it's definitely a rivalry. And it's been going for many years now, and I think it's starting to heat up as the season goes.
Yeah, with winning in 2012, learning would just be probably patience. There was a few rounds where I'd be really patient, and then there were some rounds that I wasn't patient and would do something not very smart and have a big crash. So just try to be patient, and if it's not your day, it's not your day. You know, come away with the most amount of points and try not to throw away, you know, a race or a weekend.
Since capturing the 250 championship in 2012, Baggett has been beset by injuries, but he's hoping to find his way back to the top of the podium.
Just injuries, you know, you never know when it's going to happen. So just kind of a little bit of, you know, wrong place, wrong time with my injuries, and we're healed up now, and just going to learn from all the mistakes and try to look back at things and do it the smarter than the harder way.
Blake hopes this approach to racing leads to title number 2.
Expectation of the season would definitely be to win the title. Did it in 2012. Last year came in injured and just didn't put it together as well as I did in 2012. So just learn from the mistakes and try to put every round together. And there's 24 motos, so just be consistent and be in the title hunt at the end.
This should be fun. Yeah, here we go.
lap and trying to control it again. And he's got more motosport.com money. And finally, a good start for Justin Hill on the 35. Hasn't been up front on the opening lap all year long.
So at the 8th start of the year, Justin Hill is actually in our screen up front. But Christophe Pourcel takes that whole shot, and the pocket rocket there had it briefly coming through that first turn, but just these guys so intense on the first lap. He's already been shuffled back to 5th, but
Jason Anderson.
Another guy that has needed a start. So all of a sudden, let's throw out the window what we saw the first moto, because we got guys that we expected to be up in the front that haven't had the starts, and now they're there. Their
visual looks like he's in cruise control, even though he's the fastest guy on the track. Here's your motorsport.com whole shot.
Well, briefly, it looked like Zach Bell had it. He ran wide. Then I thought Justin Hill had it. He ran a little bit wide, and then Pourcel squirted up the inside, and he crosses that motorsport.com whole shot line first. No discrepancy there.
This is about to be an interesting battle for the lead at High Point in the 250 class. Christophe Pourcel in blue on the 377 and the green number 4, Blake Baggett. A couple of years ago, Baggett was injured, missed most of the races. He was watching our television shows, and he said he went to work studying what Christophe Pourcel does. Makes him so different from everybody else. He learned the alternate lines that Pourcel likes to use, the different ways he carves up a racetrack. Now here they are a few years later racing each other, both trying to use a similar strategy. They try to go where the other riders don't like to go. So this is going to be fun to watch them tussle for the lead.
His face, and then right when he gets the mechanic, pulls back, gets out of the way so his rider doesn't get his head taken off.
Well, Baggett might be mad about that because he is really on fire now. 2 or 3 laps, he waited to try to set Pourcel up, and now he's going for it, and he's got it.
And he triples up, and that, wow, that was just impressive. And Blake Baggett has been on fire today. Look at that, already with a 5 bike length lead. That is just confidence, trusting yourself, trusting your tires, trusting your machine, going around an off-camber turn the long way around, just with more commitment.
Now we are seeing Pourcel, and Baggett, by the way, picked up on the line Pourcel was using. They're going up to the grass wall in that section to avoid some of the holes. But anyway, Pourcel has been slowly working his way back into racing shape this year. He's been off for a long time with injury. It looks to me this time he's not taking what he can get. He wants to go back after Baggett. Meanwhile, we got a battle on our hands as Jeremy Martin is starting to stir. You see that red background on the number 19. That's because he's the points leader. He wants to get around Justin Hill to move to 5th.
And guess what? Justin Hill does not want to let him around. He does not want to finish behind another blue bike again. So Justin Hill is going to push with everything he's got. Just like Jeremy Martin. Look at the last lap. He was a little bit quicker than the leader, but the problem is when you're almost a half a minute behind, about 20 seconds, it's hard to catch that time up.
What I think is interesting is during his previous stint in the U.S., he was known for being so strong in the first Moto and struggling a bit in Moto 2. He's told me that a lot of the injuries he had that were causing those health problems that hurt him in Moto 2, he's gotten through those. He's actually been better in the second Motos most of the year this year. White flag is out. Here is the 4 of Blake Baggett. He is gone. What a ride today.
Just elaborate on the Pourcel.
Yes.
Pourcel had a serious injury in the Grand Prix where he broke his back. He's had nerve damage. He deals with certain issues that maybe the average person can't understand or relate to. So with that said, this guy has to deal with some things that the average rider is not having to deal with. And that's just internal issues as well as pain and nerve damage, things like that. That's what we said. This sport is brutal. I mean, look at Blake Baggett. He was on top of the world 2 years ago. Last year, kind of average and dismal injuries, Supercross again. Battling with injuries. Now he's starting to get healthy. He's getting confident, and look what that does. Look at what the number 4 of Blake Baggett has done today. It's been nothing short of extremely impressive.
Yeah, I believe that's a career high for him. And it comes down to who finishes 3rd. That will upset the overall finishes. Pourcel's going to lock down 3rd in this one. Bogle 4th. I think that'll keep Anderson on the podium overall. There's Dad.
Stoked. Aaron Hill holds off for that top 5 position. Jeremy Martin, another 6th place, just like the second one. Oh, see that rip, that tear off? That's not a happy guy.
No. These guys are starting to make up a little bit of ground here and there. We're set up for a great championship fight now that Baggett is on a roll.
Well, the number 4, Blake Baggett, overall win. I think Blake Baggett's back, is that right?
I hope so. I hope Chupacabra's back, but I got to give it up to everybody that's been helping me out. The whole Monster Energy Kawasaki team, Parts Unlimited, Thor, Alpine Star, my mom, my dad, my trainer Kurt, my other trainer Marty, my girlfriend, and my whole entire family's been there for me. SRAM components, Specialized Bicycles, and Maxima Oil, just making it happen. And my Dunlop tires and Scott goggles were awesome.
Well, the best Father's Day present. Well, congratulations, Blake Baggett.
Back to the podium with Georgia.
Jeremy Martin, second place overall here. Jeremy, congratulations. Still an awesome result, but I know for you, after the beginning of the season and having those 4 moto wins, you kind of want to get back in there, but you got 2 weeks off. What's your plan?
You know what? It was. I had a great time here at High Point today, and I didn't win like I wanted to, but we got 2 weeks off. I know I'm gonna improve. I know I'm gonna get better. It's 2 races. Frankly, the 2 races are gone and they're in the past now, so it's time to move forward, look at what we can improve on. I had a pretty big crash here in the second moto trying to get around Justin Hill. Was fortunate able to get up and catch him, and was able to make a pass, but he stuck back inside on me. But leaving here with 3rd overall, and you know what, I'm really looking forward to just trying to improve and get better, and thank you.
Congratulations, Jeremy Martin.